Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Today's Weather Tonight. Here, as always, I am your meteorologist for the evening, Cloud Hudson, and you are watching the only weather recap show that I know of. I can't find any other shows where people just go and review the weather. So let's take a look at what we've got for today's review. I do have my camera in a slightly different position today. Y'all will have to tell me how you feel about this. It's going to feel like I'm looking to the side at my computer, whereas before I had the webcam on top of my monitor. But, I'll try to look at you this way. It feels like I've got the webcam on a little block thingy, like a makeshift tripod, so it feels a little bit more like a character in the room to talk to. So I might do a little look over the glasses and make eye contact knowingly with the camera. But I have a feeling it might go the way of somebody giving feedback to someone on the spectrum that they should make more eye contact, and I'm just going to be like, something like that. All right. Well, I have already gotten one earthquake notification on in the background, so let's go ahead and start. I don't know what my hair is doing today. It's its own crazy little storm. You can probably see my dye job better from this angle. This is like the Doppler radar effect. Oh, no, not going to crack my back. No, not quite. Okay, well, you got to see my cool weather hair. You like my weather hair? I swear I'm going to edit a video showing the dye job process so soon. Okay. And I really like the way that it looks with this shirt. Hey. I think I might do one beginning and end process video recording in this shirt so that I can get the nice colors on the thumbnail or something. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with volcanoes. Let's pull that up real quick before I start broadcasting it. All right. All right. All right. So, in volcanic news today, there was a small magnitude 2.8 earthquake 6 kilometers east of Mulhouse, France, not to be confused with Millhouse from The Simpsons. Just 6 minutes ago, well, when this was written, 2.8 magnitude quake struck near Mulhouse, Haute-Rhine, Grand Est, France. The tremor was recorded, 2.8 tremor, I don't know about that, was recorded early morning on Wednesday, April 17th at 5:51 a.m. local time. So, I guess this was just now. Let's see. Very shallow depth of 15.6 kilometers below the surface. Now, they're saying shallow depth for 15 kilometers. I mean, that's pretty shallow, but it's not as shallow as 10 kilometers. World Earthquake Report. Bardabunga, more at Campi Flegrei, more at Cerro Negro. Let's see what we've got in the Phlegrean fields. Yeah, that seems to be more earthquakes. Restlessness, restless earthquake syndrome, restless leg syndrome. Let's see. One is over here. Oh, I guess I got to go back out here. One is over here at the Mount Vesuvius. There was a magnitude 1.6, basically at the surface of Mount Vesuvius, right in the middle. So Ayo, 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 ayo. Pompeii, you know that song? Maybe we're gonna have another Pompeii. No, I can't say that. We are at a that's a 10 earthquakes over magnitude 1 average in the past 7 days. That is well above average. We've got a lot of felt quakes, 3 above magnitude 3. So, pretty decent bit of volcanic activity there. Let's look at Bardabunga. Bardabunga. Bardabunga is just a really fun word to say. Those Icelanders, they sure know how to man, they sure know how to name stuff. It's not that big above average, but it is pretty above average. This will show us, yeah, it's the one right here in the middle of that big ice sheet. Not too much going on there. Earthquake wise, let's keep looking at Cusco. We have a moderate magnitude 4.0 earthquake in Cusco, Peru. Remember that is where the Inca civilization was absolutely dominating and beasting everybody, just really crushing it when it came to ancient agriculture and technology. Let's see. Let's look at volcanoes today. Report. Do we not have one for the 16th yet? Hello. I guess not. There we go. Rang volcano. I don't know where that is. This is doesn't tell me shit. Show more. Lewitolo, Samankaya. Everybody looks to be similar. Rearcast. Okay, let's look at yesterday's real update from Rearcast. Okay, here we're trying to look at this yesterday. This is the earthquake locations and depth graph. This is right underneath the Swartsengi power plant and Blue Lagoon resort area. This is all the area where they don't want another eruption. I think maybe there's going to be an eruption here this weekend. That would be pretty ballin'. Be pretty ballin' of the earth to like just really erupt in, you know, what if we had an eruption at the Blue Lagoon and Mount Etna and Mount Vesuvius? That would just be crazy. It would almost would be something where you expect the planet signifying a growth, expansion, change in electrical potentials to, you know, meet with the planet of change, revolution, science, optimism, and turning things on its head. That'd be lucky. Right. Approximately 90 tremors occurred with the peak activity between 1 and 2 p.m. All recorded earthquakes were registered under a magnitude of 1 at about 2 to 4 kilometers depth. Crustal tension changes. Composite map of the earthquakes. Accumulated number of earthquakes is shown. Okay, yeah. That's a lot. Here's a picture of Mount Ibu erupting. Ibu volcano. That's a nice picture-perfect volcano. Still got Samiru popping off there, as well as Dukono and Roang volcano. Let's see. Okay, Sulawesi and Sangihe Islands. Continuing to explode. And then we've got our usual suspects. Let's take a look at our Icelandic earthquakes. Yeah, okay, they've spaced out a little bit. They're not as clustered right next to Grindavik as they were, but we know that that is no reason to relax. Still got a lot popping off over here in Bardabunga. In the Vatnajökull crater series. That's this ice cap area. Let's see if we got any updates here from the Reykjanes Peninsula. Nope, not much update. I mean, the hazard map expired today. Oh, it looks like we are having some winds that blew the gases right over Keflavik again. So that is definitely something we're worried about. Is the volcanic gases getting to populated areas? Let's see if... Okay, April 16th, valid until 23rd of April. Wow, that's okay. Another week we've got with the current eruption hazard levels. Due to the current eruption, the hazard level has increased in the areas. The map shows assessment of the hazard currently presented. So we're in a purple, very high hazard level here. This is the new hazard map. This is the current eruptive crater right here between Mithraith and Hagafell. Those are two mountain hills. There is the... Okay, this is the extent on April 8th. We're already... Gosh, we're so far into April already. This is wild. We're looking at sinkholes, fault movements, eruptive fissures without warning, tephra, gas pollution, lava flow, all in Zone 3. Zone 6 is in sinkholes, fault movements, lava flow, gas pollution, and tephra. Everything except for eruptive fissures without warning. Zone 1, though, right next to it, I've always said that it's very odd that they have such confidence that everything next to these zones is fine, but this one's not. The color gradients aren't gradiating, you know. There needs to be a little bit of area where you're technically in a zone 6 for the color map to make sense. But right here, right next to the Blue Lagoon, Bla Lonith, that's Blue Lagoon. That's just makes no sense to me unless you just want to keep raking in those tourist dollars. I really do feel like there's impending... I hate saying that there's impending doom, but there is something happening here with the connection between this major tourist spot and power extraction plant. There's a lot of power being extracted from humans and wallets in this area, and it's just very interesting to see it so close to the eruption. Let's see. Do I have a... Let's see the... Here's a look at the explosive crater from Sunukar 2 from Hagafell. Okay, so this is from Hagafell looking towards the eruptive crater. It's still really putting off. You can see that the gases are lying low, and there is a low level of clouds here that are close enough that they can reflect down the infrared radiation, aka you can think of it as red light, but it's also beyond red light and it's heat. And there's near IR and far long wave IR, but all of this is getting reflected back down to the earth by the clouds. And that's because blankets. I spoiled the end of my sentence. That's because clouds actually don't just look like blankets, they act like blankets, and that they keep heat energy in. They keep you warm and cozy. So this is what it looks like on the inside of your blankets when your body is the magma, or the volcano. Your body is the volcano of heat, and the blanket is the clouds keeping the cap of the warm on there. But right here, it just looks like a pretty reflection of the on the clouds. Let's see. Focustapi. That's pretty. Okay. It's not the best resolution, but that is a gorgeous image. And you can see we are still, we are erupting and not stopping. This looks like a boiling cauldron. That's really, really cool looking. Rearcast 50. That is just the smoke and the area there. Let's see. Do we have this is the view of Svartsengi, but you really only see the power plant lights there. I guess the Sudnukar is the only one that's really good here. Maybe Sudnukar 2. Sudnukar 2 is actually showing the trail of molten lava on the surface as well. So these all look like just flip phone camera recordings at best. But let's move on to... I've gotten so many earthquake notifications in the past moment. So let's go ahead and turn to looking at our earthquakes, because good God, there have been a lot today. Okay, we see continued aftershocks in New Jersey still. We see another 2.0, this time in Bryson City, North Carolina again. It's quite interesting. Here in Houston area of Texas. No, that's like South Central Texas. I don't know if this is technically in the Houston area or not, or just west of it. We've got a stack of quakes. We also have a stack of quakes out here in West Texas, where there's a lot of oil drilling operations. We've got a 4.9 here in the Baja Coast, the Sea of California. 4.9 at 10 kilometers depth. And then we've got just a butt ton of quakes here in California. Actually, let me look at... No, that's not the one I want to look at. Can we see... Which one did I like? Yeah, let's look at this one. This is deleted the duplicates, so let's go back to... There we go. Yeah, that's still a fuck ton of quakes. Even if they are small, that's a lot of little jiggles. Here in the middle is our most recent one. This seems to be Alaska is popping off quite actively. Let's take these rings down. So you can see that's looking like a regular old California, if I do say so myself. We got a 4.1, 4.3, and 4.8 out here on the Aleutian Islands, which must mean there is a little energy here in Hawaii too. Let's see. We've also got some down here in Peru. Remember, I think that one of these is near Cuzco. Let's see. And that is not just a character from The Emperor's New Groove. That was actually something educational in a movie for once. Wow, who would have thought you could learn things from children's movies, that they could just absorb things into your brain passively. 5.0 at 10 kilometers depth here at the Kamchatka Peninsula. And this area, I think, has a little bit of a, it's got a little tail that goes down to Hawaii there. As well as branching off on either side to go to Japan and the Aleutian Island chain. We got a big quadrant of earthquakes here: 5.0, 5.5, 4.4, 4.8, 4.7. So let's see. No, let's not go back for the whole week. Okay, one day, just one day of earthquakes. 5.9 here off the southern coast of Japan. 4.9 here in Taiwan, 5.0 in the Philippines, 5.5 in the Mariana Trench Islands, and 4.8 here. I think that is technically one of the volcano islands of Japan. I'm not sure who claims to own that land. Owning land is not real, but you can, it's your, what are you going to do? Put it in your pocket. 4.8 here in I think this is either Java or Sumatra. 4.9 in the Banda Sea. Got 4.8 here in Papua New Guinea. 5.0 in the Fiji Islands. 1.9 here in inland Australia again. 4.4 just north of the North Island of New Zealand. As we move into, hey, I was waiting for this one. Remember the other day when we had a deep quake in Argentina, and I said the opposite side of the world is this little area right here, off the coast of Myanmar and Cambodia and Vietnam and stuff. That is the area that got hit right now. We've got a 5.2 at 54 kilometers depth. Off of that line, making a straight circle around the earth, we've got 4.3, 4.3, 4.0. That's just dropping off quakes evenly spaced around this plate border. The next one would be here on the mid-Atlantic ridge. We also have a 2.7 in, what country is this registering as? I think that is in Poland, and then we are back to where we started. Looking like nothing in Antarctica. Not much other than the Cuzco earthquake today. A 4.4 down here on the Mexican coast, but other than that, slightly elevated earthquake day today. I'm just gonna take a look at something online. Yeah, we're about average for number of quakes today. I do want to take you to this map though, on volcanostoday.com. Let's see. This map shows a little map of reported felt quakes. So this one would be the Andaman Islands area one. This would be the Indonesia, northern Sumatra area. This is that big 5.5. Okay, Guam, that's the one it is. Bonin Islands, Japan. Inaj- Inarajan village in Guam, Hualien City in Thailand, and near Tokara Islands in Japan. So big old circles. Also, this is showing quite a few reported Kyrgyzstan, Xinjiang, China region earthquakes in the like 3.7, 3.9 range. Got one here in Iran, 4.3 reported, and also one in Turkey, a 4.3 reported in Turkey, right here near the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Several here in Greece, in both northern Italy and southern Italy. This is the near Campi Flegrei, Phlegraean Fields area. 3.3 in Germany, 2.8 in Poland, and a 2.7 in Mulhouse, France, all within the last 30 minutes, or like all about 30 minutes ago. The last ones have been, let's see, the most recent large was the South Pacific one, down in Papua New Guinea. Yeah, that's I like Earthquake 3D, but I still feel like they don't quite give the same oomph as this nice map curated by Earth Volcanoes Today. So showing so much around Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Also in Venezuela, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, 18 minutes ago and 12 hours ago in Nicaragua and El Salvador, Guatemala, and all over Oaxaca and Guerrero Beach area in Mexico. So, but biggest one, the near the Baja Peninsula, Gulf of California in Mexico. And remember, this is called the Gulf of California because somebody used to think that there was an island here that was beyond this continent, and California, the state, is actually named after that. They thought that this Bay of California would eventually connect to the Death Valley here, and that would be the Sea of California, and that this was just some awesome island out here. But that was old map makers not knowing really where everything connected. And I'm sure we'll say that one day about all these bathymetric anomalies. That's where it looks like undersea mounts or cracks in the pages. These, I think, we are going to find are more connected eventually, but they also are transformed and divergent and convergent plate boundaries. Okay. Let's see. I want to see the ones. Yeah, that's where we're looking reported in the South Pacific. Okay. From there, let's move on to talking about the terrestrial weather today. So I'll just give you a little snapshot here while I take a sip of water. Remember to hydrate. It's good to hydrate, especially if you I did some work outside today. There's also a lot going on energetically. So I'm starting to think that maybe somebody has a bot to I don't know how Twitch works, so I'm just going to put exclamation points in front of things that I think should be hashtags and see if that works. Okay. So let's take a look at radar Omega. We've still got elevated fire risk out here in New Mexico and the Panhandle of Texas. We've got a major severe storm system that moved through the Midwest today. There were several, I think we're up to 17 reported tornadoes, or reports of tornadoes, excuse me, might have been the same ones. Lots of hail and strong winds. You can see that the wind direction is just like really, it's pushing that front. It's parallel that front, and it is moving in the same direction that the storm is moving. So these storms aren't just sweeping through horizontally, they are also getting a good component of raining in one area a long time. We're getting at least a little bit of a translation, not just moving through. Basically, this is racking up a little bit of rain and some intense weather. Last night after the stream, I was just sitting here struck by how gorgeous the center of circulation on this storm is. Last night, it was even more striking and beautiful. The like really dialed in teeny tiny crashing wave shape that goes like this. I really can't even express to you how gorgeous that shape is to me. Do you see it here? Do you see a shape that resembles a crashing ocean wave? Well, that's what these are. Not just metaphorically, but like literally they're waves in the atmosphere, and they happen in 3 dimensions, just as waves in the ocean do, but we only see like one dimensional aspect of how they crash, and we think that's a wave. But these are all the ways that waves are working underneath the surface of the ocean as well. We just have really complicated shorelines for these waves to deal with. We've got some strong storms starting to move through the Mississippi River Valley region here, and the New Madrid seismic zone. It looks like they're all kind of popping off of this dry line right here. We've got, this is the area that, this is the cluster of storms that created most of the tornadoes tonight. I think Chicago was really the one that was in the danger zone. Chicago and Milwaukee were really looking at some of the heaviest damaging. Well, I would also say the Illinois-Iowa border was also kind of Grand Central Station for the tornado watches today. I don't think we even got any tornado warnings, but we did have a PDS. Did we have a PDS issued today? Hold on, I have to go check my sources. What did you issue today? Watches. Whatever. Let's go to storm reports. Let me take us to look at the storm reports. Okay. So this is what popped off today. We got, these are reports of damaging wind, 92 reports of damaging wind. And you can kind of see, this is, what's it called? Not a histogram, but this is one of those graphs of numbers of reports. So they accumulate over time. So the steeper the increase in the graph, the more reports were happening. It's not like the highest point on the graph is when there were the most reports. The most reports is always going to be at the end of the day when they've all accumulated. This is just the rate at which these reports accumulated. So it looks like it wasn't until like 1630 Z or UTC that we started getting reports of hail and tornadoes. You see, we started with only one report of hail, and then the tornado reports happened, and then we started seeing all these hail reports and several tornado reports. The tornado reports lasted for like like 4 to 6 hours. We were having some tornadoes. We had damaging wind reports coming in, trickling in all day, and hail reports well into the overnight hours, but the wind reports have still persisted. And we're technically in the next day, but we're not there yet. Let's look at the map of storm reports. Okay, so this is where we saw the storm. So the tornadoes were here on the Iowa-Nebraska border near Sioux Falls, I believe, South Dakota area. Well, none in South Dakota, but the part of Iowa that's near South Dakota. Lots of wind throughout northern Missouri, basically centered around Iowa today. You're the star of the show. A few stray reports of hail and severe winds here in West Virginia and the Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia trifecta area. Really, this area is too strong, so they had to make a bunch of different states part of it. And, you know, you can't have one state of Appalachia, or else you get West Virginia, and that's just the most oppressed one of all. Let's keep going. Let's keep talking about something else. Yeah, there are still some strong storms in the Midwest today, but the bulk of it's over. If you want to go watch some live storm coverage, people did live stream today and had a lot better luck of getting their streams to pay off with some severe weather than they have had in other than yesterday. We'll just say. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the Schumann resonances next. I should bookmark this, and I never do. I want to go to Tomsk. There we go. That's it. Add this page to favorites. What did I... Okay. Let's take a look at the sonogram. All right. So there was definitely... I was expecting to see this today. A few random peaks, and one that like nearly put me on my ass. I was almost down for the nap count earlier today, and I kind of just got like a boost of energy. This is probably like so this is UTC plus 7 hours. This is so this is around today. We quieted down a little bit, but we've got some random resonances peeking out. We've got a few little blips, and when you see these higher frequency blips on the sonogram, that corresponds to that's one and that are things that might be signatures of earthquakes. So big things moving and shaking and changing. Pretty calm looking, but not nothing. There was quite a big increase there. Let's take a look at the amplitudes. That'll show us our big power burst downloads. Yeah, we're today around 12 and 16 UTC, and then pretty quiet across the rest of the bands. Now let's take a look at solar weather. Oh, we had quite a few more coronal mass ejections today than we did yesterday. Okay, we've got from 25 to 33. We had 8 coronal mass ejections today. Let's take a look at one of the longer looking ones. It's like it lasted longer. Hey, that's a good one. Even if it's not a partial, we go. That is a nice one. Look at that, looking like a jet engine. Doesn't the beginning look like a jet engine or like a propane or a butane torch lighting and then exploding in a gas ball? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Sweet. Oh, finally we're getting some good coronal mass ejections again. I think these new sunspot regions rotating into view are actually going to do some do some damage. They're going to do some productive shit. Speaking of productive shits, are you staying regular? I hope you are. I did a lot of work today to try to stay regular. Bowel health is very key. Oh, that's a gorgeous one. That's a gorgeous one. Oh, look at that. These solar storms are just ripe and raring to go. Maximum X-ray flux of the last 2 hours is in the C-class range. Let's take a look at that. That's a pretty high C. That's a pretty high C. We did have a M-class flare today. Let's see. We had several yesterday that went up into the R1 radio blackout range, and we barely peaked into the M class today, but also got a minor C class flare recently. Let's see if Enlil is still acting like we're gonna get whammied with something soon. That's showing the out to the side one. Let's see the one that we saw the other day. Yeah, there we go. Pow, pow. Pow, pow. Okay, yeah, that's showing, the 19th. 18th to 19th. Whoa, buddy. Look, those are going to be 2 interfering coronal mass ejections. Big plasma chunks. Looking like, yeah, we're getting here peaking on the 18th. So, Thursday. That'll be good. Take a look at the sun now. Let's take a look at the 193 angstroms view. Close some of these extra tabs. All right. Looking bubbly. Oh, there's some lassos whipping out. Smacking. Smack. Doesn't it look like it's like some of these solar storms like have a flogger that they just sling out sometimes and go whoosh, whoosh, just a little poof. And some of them really thwack you, but some of them just give you a little psh. Let's watch that again and think of the different types of impact play that you see playing out here on the screen. Little smacks, little slaps, little love taps. explosions. This looks like a big big juicy rope getting ready to dislodge itself up here. I hope that spins out into something that launches Earth direct. That would be exciting. We've also got this big coronal hole region rotating into Earth direct pointing. Also some really, really bright complex regions here. That's very exciting. Let's take a look at well, let's see if we've got. It's going to show the connections between the nodes. Yeah. So these are all the magnetic connections between the different sunspots, and there's some gorgeous geometry happening here. It doesn't look very stable. It looks increasingly complex. These complexes are complex, so I hope that we see something juicy out of them soon. Can I go to this one? Did I already click out too fast? I already clicked out too fast. Okay. Let's look at the magnetogram version. Okay, yeah, that's going to show us our polarities with it. So these are our spicy regions here and here. These have nothing to be ashamed of, but these are our big flare players, our big coronal mass ejection contributors right now. And they've got so many petals, so many crunchy little ropey magnetic storm lines. And including this one. Wow, where's that reaching to? That is just going out there. All right. Let me see. Anyone here? Nope. Nope. It's fine. Let's go ahead then. And nobody's here. I'm going to go from talking about space weather to talking about space weather. Going from talking about solar conditions to the conditions of the planets. We have the ever increasing proximity of Jupiter and Uranus today in Capricorn. God, no. Oh, it's not Capricorn, let me tell you that. In Taurus at 20 degrees of Taurus. We've got Mercury has now officially retrograded beyond Chiron's position and is headed towards the place where Venus has conjoined the North Node in Aries. So we do still have 3 planets and 5 bodies. Well, 3 planets, 4 bodies, 5 astrological objects. Because the lunar nodes are not an object, but a point in the moon's cycle around the Earth. In Aries right now, but we've still got 3 big ones back here in Pisces: Saturn, Mars, and Neptune. Now, Mars is moving into a sextile with that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So that conjunction is going to happen the same day that the sun ingresses into Taurus. So the sun will be squaring Pluto while a conjunct Jupiter and Uranus sextile Mars in Pisces. So this is giving self-sacrifice. It's giving self-sacrifice for the continuation of food and land and the survival of your people. And the moon in Leo, the moon's in Leo right now, trying to Venus in Aries. So I'm liking it, but I'm also getting some feelings that there's going to be some really, really spicy fighting for freedom coming up soon and already happening. Again, we're in that Aries Libra eclipse season story, so we are really in the thick of it with the war stuff. We're in a Mars day in a sun hour. I believe, were we in a Mars hour when I started recording? Yes, we were in like the last minute of a Mars hour when I started recording. So we've been in a Mars day and a sun hour for most of the time, though. I don't want to say too much about this yet, but I mean, hey, the moon is about to sextile, or no, moon's about to square this future conjunction. So watch out for that. Let's march forward in time to the 20th. This is the day of the conjunction, and we will have the moon at 19 degrees of Virgo, which means it will be trine to this conjunction and sextile, or it will also be opposing Mars in Pisces, and that Mars in Pisces will be sextile to this again. And we have that Sun square Pluto. That's also, when do we get, okay, and the day right before, Venus is going to join Mercury retrograde. So at 17 degrees of Aries. So we are just, it's a fun time. I don't think we're going to be holding back this weekend. Let's move on from that. Let's go to talk about the cosmic weather. Okay. I realized that maybe my mouth was covered for most of that stream, and I will work out the kinks of this new camera angle soon. Let's see. Do a liminal space card. What is today's cosmic weather? Liminal space. I'm asking the liminal space because I want to know the cosmic weather from the place beyond what we think we know and what can be known. Let's see. Getting the vibe that I'm supposed to also get a tarot card, which I feel a little too lazy to do, but I will do it because I'm getting the vibe that I'm supposed to. All right, reset. Reset. Okay. Reset says, in the face of stagnating energy, disruption in the form of a well-placed glitch can effectively restore balance. Cleanse your space or take a trip. Decide to start over now. I know exactly what I'm doing with this information. Do you know? I do know. Oh, wait. I don't want to put that back yet because I want to get a tarot card with it. Oh, I wonder if I can now do this. Yes, I can. Oh, wait. Feasibly, though, without knocking it over. Can I do this without knocking over the camera is the question. Okay. Okay. Reset. Oh, that's fun. Okay, now you guys can see me do the card part. Hey, that's a new fun feature. There's my flashy little raw labradorite for the flashy little holographic tarot cards I have. I don't know if it'll focus, but you can see the color. Pardon my nails. We're in gardening season, so I don't even bother to trim them because they just break all the time anyway. And I always need to do these are a little bit not as great quality as the liminal space cards, like production wise. So I have to do a reversed arch in order to keep them not bent. Okay. And if y'all are ever wondering what I do, all right, that's what it is. The Magician upright. So we have the Magician, reset, and I think I will do a little this one. So I didn't talk about the Magician, but so Magician here has all four suits represented. It's somebody wearing a red cloak and a white tunic with a blue belt or a silver belt of snake with infinity over the head, holding up a magic wand, of course, or a scepter, or some people think it's that infinity shape thing on a yellow field showing fiery masculine initiatory energy, but the promise of fertility and feminine beauty and productivity implied with the lilies and the flowers or the roses. We've also got, here on the table, you need all four suits. You need all four elements to be able to work the magic. We've also got pointing as above, so below, as within, so without. You need to master all four elements of you need to master all four of the elements within yourself in order to embody the magician energy. And we all have the capacity to do that if we just ask. Okay. Now we're going to get our last card here for the cosmic weather. Remember, these don't really shuffle quite as well, so I just cut shuffle them. I guess I could try to shuffle. I'll show you what it looks like shuffling these, but that's a little better than usual. Cosmic weather for Reset and the Magician. What do we know with this stuff? All right. I've got well-being is my natural state of being. So with well-being is my natural state of being, I've got a card that says, reach for the feeling of well-being first, and everything else will fall into place. Be selfish enough to follow your bliss, and you will tap into the natural, pure, positive essence of you. So that seems pretty straightforward with maybe you do deserve to go on that trip. Maybe you do deserve to do some more magic work within yourself internally. Maybe we all deserve that. Well, for today's weather tonight, I've been Cloud Hudson. You've been in a different camera angle here tonight. I hope you enjoy it. This is my working station. This is what my living. This is what I live like. I have just so much creative tools and supplies around me at all times, and I only feel comfortable if I have all of my creation tools out at once. But this is sacred to me. This is a sacred pursuit of joy to me. So this is what y'all see. Or this is what y'all don't see. This is what y'all look like to me when I'm talking to you. Got my little setup, my bookshelf, my many, many books here, my thingies, my cards. This is what our little spread was for today. Reset, Magician, the Magician. Well-being is my natural state of being. Good, fun reading for today. I really enjoy this one. Go out and have the Mars energy of the Magician. That's Mars and Pisces energy, I think. Mars, Saturn, and Neptune and Pisces. Do it. Do it. Pull the trigger. Do the trip. All right. Once again, I have been Cloud Hudson for today's weather tonight. I'll see you tomorrow.